is Plastic Carousel. Is she the forgotten European in the Queen Elizabeth coming up? Via Sistina is all the rage, but this girl is coming off a run behind her in the Randwick. I went and saw her in the stalls first up there at Rosehill, the first time that we saw her in Australia, and I was really taken by her demeanour. She's got this really naturally calm presence about her. She's come on beautifully, and the stable reported that this week. She had her final piece of work on Tuesday morning, and they were really pleased with how she handled that. This girl was over 4 million euros at Arcana, and she had everyone bidding on her. Coolmore and Northern Farm were the underbidders. Of course, Yulong, the eventual purchasers of her, but it's just something about her. I think she's really been overlooked at this stage, and as you can see, she has come on beautifully. I'm not sure if you can get a good shot of her at the moment.
Ready now for the $5 million Queen Elizabeth Stakes, and I really believe it's going to the European mare Via Sistina, who was just so impressive on her Australian debut, rounding them up, was barely touched down the straight, and she was simply different class, and I expect her to win this race today. And I think the other Yulong mare, Plastic Carousel, was most likely to fill the Quinella spot.
They ran 1-2 in the Randwick, and here we go for this race of the day. This mounting yard for Harvey Norman, for all you need in furniture, bedding, electrical and technology. Here is the winner of $13 million in prize money, 2 Doncasters, Craig Williams on board for Team Hayes. It's Mr. Brightside.
Yeah, great to have him back in Sydney. What a record he's got here at Randwick with those the 3 runs he's had here. They're going to try a tongue tie on him today. It was he's a great weight for age performance. Just that jar's still okay for him out of the track here today. It's not as hard, I would suggest, as his last couple. So if he can run the 2,000 right out, he's right there.
He's a cruisy customer, as we all know. He just, nothing ever phases him. He's just one of those really cruisy, sedate sort of horses. He could fall asleep, he's that relaxed. He looks every bit as good as what I've seen him earlier on in his prep.
And here is the 9-year-old Cascadian, a dual Australian Cup winner, a Doncaster and all-age stakes winner. He's won $10 million in prize money. Ben Millam and James Cummings, Cascadian.
Yeah, and what a popular warrior he's been for Godolphin. And although a gelding, I still think he's one of the biggest favourites that they've ever had in their stable. It was a great ride to win the Australian Cup. Just sat back, stalk, ambush late. He loves that, this horse, and I think Millam has got to know him now, and he'll try a similar thing here today.
You'd probably agree with me, Ronnie. He's one of those horses, the more bad luck he has until about the 200-metre mark, the better he runs. When he won the Doncaster here a few years back, he had no luck, and then when he got that small needle eye opening at about the 100-metre mark, he just burst through. He's got an amazing turn of foot when it sets up well for him. You could not fault his appearance in the yard.
Wouldn't it be great to see him go out with a bang? This may very well be the last time we see him. We're all cheering him on, and he's just so full of life for a rising 10-year-old.
Here is Buckaroo, Blake Shin riding for Chris Waller.
Well, he's had the 2,400-metre lead up, so back to 2,000 with the Jari of the track appeals. He's going to be further forward, so he's been appointed the job of taking the field up to Jenny by the sound of things, and all the best with that, champ.
Yeah, he would have been angry when Lindemann came out, because I thought Lindemann would have sat outside him and they could have done it together, but like you said, Ronnie, he's got his sort of work cut out for him. He'll sit just behind the leader and he'll have to drag the rest of the field up. Couldn't fault his appearance. He looks terrific in the yard. He's got a beautiful, healthy coat on him. He's walking out very freely. Again, he's great.
Buckaroo said, "You want me to do what?" Kovalika, Nasruilla, and another one for Chris Waller.
Yeah, look, he's got his loyal followers, this horse. It's been a while between drinks, but they all keep making excuses for him. He finally finds 2,000 metres, which he's been crying out for a long while now. So he's got his supporters again today.
Still looks nice and bright and fresh. Obviously he's had 3 runs this time in, but he's still right up on the toe. He's again, you couldn't fault him.
Now we go to Zayrek, Josh Parr for Team Hawks.
Look, visa's off and the blinkers are back on. He's going well, but just probably a little bit too much depth for him here.
Couldn't fault his appearance. He's another one, really, really healthy coat. I like the style of his racing. He sits right up on the speed, or just behind the speed. He always gives a good sight. He looks like he's in nice enough form.
Now here she is, number 7, Pride of Jenny, the excitement machine. Declan Bates is riding for Kieran Maher. He's just taken out the Sydney Cup with Circle of Fire, looking to add the big one to his resume with this gallant front runner.
Yeah, she's exciting. She's about to put plenty of spark into this race. It's just a matter of when Declan lets her rip and how far she's going to get out in front and how much they got to do. But the big punters have abandoned her. She's out to 650 where the favourite got into odds on there for a second or two. So it's all one-way traffic here.
With all the races that she's had this time in and the tasks that she sets herself, she still looks so bright. She's having a little bit of a bounce there. Things getting a little bit close to her backside there. But she still looks terrific. She's got dapples over dapples on a hind quarter there. She's really, really healthy in the coat. But what I like about her, the spring in her step, she's still got that, that's great.
Yes, the NOP showing that Via Sistina did touch $1.95, so it was just into the red, but the tab have never been odds on. $2 currently. This is the favourite, number 8 Via Sistina. James McDonald riding for Chris Waller.
Yeah, she's put a barrier extension on her today just to keep her calm at the barriers. We know she's a world-class mare, did everything expected of her, winning the Randwick plus more. Look, this is her chance to stamp her big quality now.
Yeah, I love her, Ronnie. She showed what ability she's got there last time out there at Rosehill. She just picked them up and ate them. She made them look like they were in a barrier trial. She's big, she's strong, she's very free in a walk action. Yeah, again, I couldn't fault her.
And here in the same colours but with a black cap on is Plus Du Carousel, number 10. Tommy Berry is riding for Anthony and Sam Friedman.
Yeah, I'm specking her, owned in the same interest as Via Sistina. Good sort of mare. I thought she did more than enough in that same race. I think she's a good chance. Well, at the price, she's evens and $10. I just think she's a chance of a good spec here. I don't think she can miss a place, so if you want to bet each way, go for it.
She looks like she's trained on really, really well. She looks like she's taking good benefit out of that first up run when she runs second, narrowly beaten. Yeah, another one that I couldn't fault.
And there goes Shawolf going down through the tunnel. The lone 3-year-old Tom Marquand rides for Joe Pride.
Yeah, a 3-year-old's always had interest. He's a late nom. And he's really on the toe and on edge today, so whether it's a good sign or not, I'm not sure.
Yeah, he looks like he's taken nothing out of that last run. He was up on the toe. He is still nice and bright. So, yeah, he couldn't fault him.
OK, Joe Pride, Shawolf, you're having a crack. How's the week been?
It's been really good for him, and that's exactly what we needed. I was just saying to the owners then, a couple of the negatives that I was hoping not to see today, which we haven't, thankfully, so I'm going in circles here, would have been him sweating and agitated. He's been really relaxed. He's settled up beautifully, very much the same demeanour as we've seen from his previous couple of starts, so I'd expect, I'm still hoping he's obviously on the improve, and he needs to improve. Last week's Derby performance, a repeat of that, I would say, would see him finish in the first 4 or 5. We didn't come here to run 4th or 5th. If he's going to win, he's probably going to need to improve a length or 2. And that could just well be within his grasp, given his trajectory of just continually improving.
Good luck to you, Joe.
Thank you.
Okay, Corey, horses have left the yard. They've made their way out. Who are you tipping?
Via Sistina. I just thought she was terrific there at Rosehill. First up, she picked him up like it was a barrier trial. She wasn't urged to the line. She looks like she's taken a little bit of benefit out of that first up run, and I could not fault a parade.
I want to tip the horse with the rug on, which is Think It Over, because he is a man mountain. He led the field out, obviously, but I'm going to go with a Plus Du Carousel. So I think she's come on beautifully from her first up run. So Corey and I with the imports here, Plus Du Carousel and Via Sistina.
10.871. I want to go with a better value of Plus Carousel as well. I think she's trained on beautifully. I'll leave it to Tommy Berry to work out how this race is going to unfold. It's the same situation for everyone here. Via Sistina, no knock. She's plenty of odds on around town. Don't know if tabs are still evens. Maybe they are. They are. Yes, they are. Not many left. 7, Pride of Jenny. She's going to give you know what she's going to do. Give you a big cheer at some stage of this race. And don't undersell Mr. Brightside. He's a very, very good horse. I'm 10, 8, 7 and 1 still evens.
Just touching odds on now, $1.95 Fair Sistina. It's pretty much one-way traffic here. $2.25 into $1.95 today. Punters want to be with her. She's $1.90 on the World Pool, almost $1 million in that Win World Pool. So she's very, very heavily back with tab.com.au. Pride of Jenny's got very, very soft in the market. Punters have deserted her. She was $4.50 into $4 earlier in the week. She's out to $7, her highest price so far in betting. Mr. Brightside, there was money for him early in the week, 11 into $7.50, but that's starting to dry up. He's back out to $8.50. Cascadian, pretty solid today, $9.50 into $9. Your tip, Ron, good support for it, $11 into $9. Plaster Carousel. We're very much in the same boat as you. We think the distance between it and the favourite in the market is too far, so it's one we're looking to keep quite safe. Buckaroo has supporters today, $26 into $17. Cheerwolf sits there as an $18 chance. He's just a touch easy today, 14 out to 18. Kovalika, 23. Zayrek, $81. Be your fave. Odds on Via Sistina.
Okay, let's go behind the gate. Ellie Mosley.
She's just had a good canter past me via Sistina, and James really let her rip past. She was working through her gears beautifully. He just let her go a little bit further than what he did when I saw her first up there at Rosehill, but she's obviously taken that improvement that you would hope. So she's just come into view, and she's come back here in really lovely order, I'd say. If anything, she's just settled more than when I saw her first up in Australia, albeit she was really good on debut there. Sometimes we know that they can get a little bit warm, start to feel the conditions, but she's great. She's quite switched on. They're just looking at her girth at the moment. James might be suggesting that perhaps it just needs a tighten up. As I said, he really let her work through her gears nicely past me before and stretch out, have a nice long warm up. So she's come back here and she's standing up beautifully. You should hopefully be getting a good shot of her at the moment. They are just tightening that girth at the moment, but boy, she's standing beautifully. She does everything right, as does Plaster Carousel. I went and saw her out the back and I was really taken by her demeanour. She's a very naturally quiet mare. She's very relaxed, laid back. She's probably getting a touch more warm than Via Sistina, so I'd say if you were pitting the two against each other and how they've come over, Via Sistina probably gets the jump on her. Mr. Brightside wasn't asked to do too much. He just meandered over here and he's really on song. You can see that he's back at Randwick where he always does well. He's a two-time Doncaster winner and he's conserving all his energy beautifully, albeit he's very bright, walking forward into the bridle but getting his head down nicely. Pride of Jenny you'll also get a good shot of at the moment, and I've not actually seen her since this time last year, and I'd say that she's, if anything, she's really filled out. So I love the way that she's come over. It's hard to fault her, but as you would expect from a lot of these horses deep into a preparation, they're fit and they're all doing really everything right.
Great shot of Pride of Jenny there on screen. What a great race. What great recent history we have with this Queen Elizabeth Stakes. We had the era of Winks. She won 3 in a row. Her last one in 2019 was her farewell race, and there was 46,000 people here, and we'll never see a day like it. And then the very next year there was no one here. COVID hit and there was only strappers, trainers and a few people behind the scenes, maybe 100 people. That was the day that William Haggis set out down a Dabe to win the Queen Elizabeth, and he did it again the next year. And he did it again 2 years after that with Dubai Honour. So it went from the Winks era to the Haggis and Marquand era. And in between we had Think It Over and Nashville producing one of the most memorable rides ever seen here at Royal Randwick. This is a great race because it's all about what Pride of Jenny does earlier and through the middle of the race, and can she keep going over 2,000 metres. What price Via Sistina now, Tim Ryan?
Much like the Randwick, it's one-way traffic, 185 fixed odds, 170 the World Pool, smashed.
Plaster Carousel in the black cap, wearing the same colours as Via Sistina, is about to walk up. Tommy Berry is in the saddle, and we're waiting on just two more. Zayrek and the dual Doncaster winner, Mr. Brightside. Are you ready? Let's sit back and enjoy the Queen Elizabeth worth $5 million live from Sydney's Royal Randwick.
Via Sistina, the raging favourite. Racing now, and Pride of Jenny jumped brilliantly towards the inside. Pride of Jenny in front, Mr. Brightside being sent forward on the outside. And Plaster Carousel goes straight to third. Then came Zayrek, followed by Kovalik at Cheerwolf. Now Buckaroo settles back in the field in front of the favourite Via Sistina, and the 9-year-old Cascadians last of all. So Pride of Jenny a long leader in the early part. About 4 or 5 lengths in front. Mr. Brightside went forward from the outside, and he's happy to sit in a long slipstream of Pride of Jenny. She's already off and gone to the 1400 metres. She opens up by 8 lengths. Mr. Brightside wants to sit back and conserve his energy in second. 3 lengths away, Plaster Carousel, followed then by Zayrek. Further back to Kovalika, then the lone 3-year-old Chaya Wolf. Via Sistina, the short price favourite, is third last from Buckaroo, and Cascadian, impossibly his last day of racing, is last of all. Well, Pride of Jenny, we expected her to lead by a long way, but seriously, 30 lengths? This is unbelievable. Pride of Jenny with sustained speed going to the 800 metres. I've never seen a horse this far in front in a Group 1. Pride of Jenny, the best part of 25 lengths clear. Mr. Brightside Willow just wants to sit back for the time being, then Plaster Carousel the outside. Further back to Zayrek Kovalika, followed by Chaya Wolf, Via Sistina, Buckaroo, and Cascadian's last of all. She's still, this is unbelievable. Pride of Jenny about 30 lengths in front in the Queen Elizabeth Stakes. She keeps going, coming up the rise. At the moment, Mr. Brightside is being challenged by Kovalika, and then came Buckaroo, Via Sistina. She's winding up, she's getting to second, but Pride of Jenny at the 200. My goodness, 15 in front. Declan Bates goes for the whip, riding a ride out. There's no need. This is a demolition job. Pride of Jenny in the Queen Elizabeth Stakes. My oh my. Via Sistina second, Mr. Brightside third, Cascadian fourth, then Kovalika, Buckaroo, Plaster Carousel, Chaya Wolf, and Zayrek, the ride of the century, Declan Bates.
Have we seen the greatest performance by a thoroughbred here at Royal Randwick? The old-timers will recall a horse called Shannon, who gave them a big start and ran second in an Epsom. The old-timers continue to talk about that performance here at this grand racecourse. But never have we seen anything like that. The most incredible performance. Kieran, have we seen anything like that in our lives?
Oh, God. That was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that ever. Phenomenal. And to Deck and the team, Tony, Lynn, unbelievable. The Deck to have the Norries to do that. You know, God.
You knew he was going to lead, but by 40?
In a Group 1. Like, not just any Group 1. That's, anyway, yeah, I don't think it'll get any better than that.
Would that be one of your most emotional wins?
Well, that is. That's the biggest win I've ever seen, let alone had anything to do with.
Well done.
Thank you.
7, 8, 1 and 2. Ronnie?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We knew it was all over at the half mile. Honestly, there's no words to describe that. Yeah, you can blame the jockeys for not chasing, but they weren't quick enough. They couldn't chase her, and I thought she went for home too early, and then it got worse and uglier for the opposition there. And no respect, $7. We're all mugs now. We are all mugs. We all read the play, but didn't capitalise on it.
That was absolutely amazing, Ronnie. Like, I've never seen anything like that on a race course ever. I'd like to see what the biggest margin was where she had them stretched out. She was obviously getting a little bit weary the last sort of 50 metres, but what a ride. Declan Bates, take a bow.
Tony, you're going to lead her in.
Yes, mate.
What do you think of that?
It is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. I've got no words. I have no words for what she just did. It's incredible. I mean, what a horse. Unbelievable. I've got nothing else to say, really.
But she's never led by that before.
No, but you should have seen how she looked. Today she looked the best, better than she did at the All-Star, and I couldn't believe it. Kieran Mather, what he's done to her is unbelievable. I can't explain it, how he's done it, but he's done a fantastic job.
Go and lead her in. Tony Atobray, the owner